Hello, my name is Liam. I'm a student at Verona Area High School and will be presenting on the use of AI in education and the impact it has on our futures. Have you ever had a long essay due the next day or had the guidelines for an assignment you had to write up for your next class period? Or maybe you just procrastinated your work till the very last second and then realized, well, shit, I need this done within the next hour. And AI seems like it's the easiest or only fix to your problem. We've all been there, and nothing is easier than just asking a chatbot, write me this essay or write me the guidelines for this assignment. Sure, it's the easiest short-term solution to your problem, but using AI to write that essay is like slapping a piece of duct tape on the hull of a speedboat. Whether it's extra thing Flex Seal or not, you're not going to retain the information, and you'll come to regret that. AI is not the easy way out, and it does have consequences. Our current educational system is not great. I'm sure we can all agree about that. All across the US, there have been reports of students in elite schools that have been unable to read books or do elementary math. And these reports aren't just coming from some professors at a random crappy university. Nicholas Dames taught literature humanities at Columbia's University, later stating on record, over the past decade, students have become overwhelmed by their reading in an article co-authored by The Atlantic. Or at the University of San Diego, reporting that 15% of incoming high school graduates have little to no understanding of math past the 8th grade. I don't think these changes in US literacy rates and lack of mathematical understanding are random. They are simple examples of cause and effect. Over the past 5 years, we have had many regulatory changes, social practices using AI, and large donations from these massive companies like OpenAI or Google to blame. Don't get me wrong, AI is already heavily integrated into not just our education, but our lives too. Autocorrect and searching on the web, using something like Google, social media and their algorithms, or even going on Spotify and using something like Spotify Wrapped. These are just a few examples of AI in our everyday lives. While these types are integrated heavily into our lives, they're not the types that I'm focusing on in this speech. It's generative AI that's the problem. Education isn't just a tool used to give us children knowledge. It's the main tool we have to teach kids basic problem solving, using math, social skills, critical and linear thinking, and the framework and teamwork, and so much more. To quote a YouTuber and independent journalist named David Achu, giving AI to a kid who hasn't developed self-control and isn't that interested in learning is like giving a first grader a calculator to do their math homework. The problem is the calculator isn't just going to help them understand why 4 plus 4 equals 8. It just does it for them. This quote perfectly illustrates the problem with AI and what it's doing in our educational system. It just gives you the answer without the experience you stood to gain. A frictionless world without problems takes away our ability to think. An interesting study was conducted recently at MIT, in which researchers hooked up probes to people's brains and had them write an essay. They gave 1/3 of the population generative AI, 1/3 of the population just a search engine, and 1/3 nothing. The results of the study were staggering. The reports of the brain activity of the LLM, large language model, group's essays in the interviews was low. They didn't think much. The search engine group was higher, but lesser than the brain-only group. On top of that, the LLM group also fell behind in their ability to quote the essays they just wrote minutes prior. In other words, the use of AI had a major, measurable impact on their ability to retain information, remember it, and learn from what they had just written. AI may be a good tool to just get something done, but it removes our thought process and thinking as a whole, turning us into just another dispenser for the AI slob school assignments have become. While us students have started to adapt AI into our time-saving, or using our time-saving measures into our tool belts, teachers have too. I'm not going to mention specific teachers, but I am going to call out the impact they had by using AI. At Verona Area High School, I've witnessed firsthand several assignments that various teachers have assigned that were purely generated by AI. While for a teacher it may save some time, they don't have to do it, it takes away the power you have as a teacher. You no longer are thinking about the prompts you asked your students, or what they stood to gain from learning, or what they stood to gain from answering them. The more you let AI dictate how you teach, or what you teach, the more the students don't want to do the same. Why would a student turn in an honorable, time-consuming, good piece of work when an assignment itself wasn't? As teachers, it's your job to set a good example for both good work ethic and what a standard of professional level work looks like. Generative artificial intelligence is damaging our educational foundations and learning abilities, and we cannot let that stand. As a student, next time you think about using AI to complete a homework problem or help you write your next essay, think again. School isn't just about learning, it's about developing the fundamental skills you will need for the rest of your lives. Don't let AI take that away from you.